Hi, everybody. Katie Niedermeyer with the card team at American Pacific Mortgage, home loan coach. I specialize in helping first-time buyers. And today I'm going to be giving us a little bit of perspective on interest rates. So currently it is the beginning of May 2022. We've come out of this historical low environment of interest rates. And I want to talk a little bit about the past with interest rates and also property appreciation. So I actually posted a video yesterday on the why do we buy a home, right? For this wealth building, this wealth growth through home ownership. And I want to show you a little bit of just kind of a look back at interest rates. What I did is I chose a property, actually a random property on my street in Long Beach, and I went on to Redfin and I looked at when that property was sold, the last 3 times it was sold, and I did a little bit of an analysis with that. So I'm going to show you that right now. And the reason I'm doing this is because I do think it's really important for us to understand what has been happening with interest rates and where we've come from. Okay, so hopefully you can see this big enough, but basically these are different analyses that I put together for clients. And this one's just general, and I just made it for today. So in 1983, this home was bought for $138,000 and the interest rate was 12%. So they put 20% down, their monthly payment was $1,300. Okay. In 2003, that same home was sold for $355,000 and the interest rate was 5.8. Monthly payment, just over $2,000. In 2019, the home was sold for $640 and the interest rate, and again, I'm taking average interest rates, taken from, Fannie and Freddie's just averages. So in 2019, it was 4.7 with a monthly payment of $3,400. And then the home has not been sold, but I took the average that Redfin showed, which was 1.1 million. And the average interest rate right now is about 5.875. Okay. So over time we can see, and if you look at a graph of what interest rates have done over the last 40 years, I was born in 1984. So this is 39 years. In the last 39 years, interest rates have done a lot of up and down, but they started really at this much higher point. So looking back right now, if we look at that, it's just, I think it's something that's really important to understand. I think we're normalizing, right? The last 2 years when it was an anomaly and there were a lot of different factors that created that low interest rate environment. And so it's just different now. So one other thing I want to share is I would like to share this little, this is going back to the exact same kind of timeline I just showed you, right? So in 1983, that home was valued around 138, or that's what someone bought for it, right? And that's what values are based on. It's based on what someone will buy. So in that 20 years, because I want to talk about this idea of appreciation, okay? So the average appreciation yearly is about 5%. That's been historically the average. And I believe that's in Southern California. I think nationally it'd probably be a little bit lower. So from 1983, okay, at $138,000 value, over 20 years, if the property were to appreciate 5% yearly, the value should be about 367 when they went to sell in 2003, and they ended up selling at 355. So basically that appreciation over time was just a little bit under 5%, okay? So in 2003, someone bought it for 355. In that 16 years, if the property appreciated 5% every year, the value would be about 774. In 2019, someone bought it for 640. Now, I will say it was bought as a short sale. Okay, so that means that likely it was a little bit under what the value was. So those people bought for 640. 3 years later, the value is showing at 1.1 million, the current value. And again, that's Redfin or Zillow, or, they're not exact. They're pulling a lot of analytics from a lot of different places, but it's just an idea. Okay, so even at 1.1 million, the appreciation in 3 years would have been 20%. Now, again, going back to interest rates, this is just a different topic, but I do think it's important to know the interest rate environment that we're getting into is normalizing. The appreciation we've had in the last 3 years is out of this world, but it's still really, really important to understand that 5% is a pretty good average. And 5% is pretty much where we've been, over time, especially in Southern California, beach city, coastal, and, in some coastal areas, much, much higher appreciation, obviously. So just really interesting. I hope this kind of, helped to look at both the perspective back of interest rates, and then also, or look back at interest rates to give us a better perspective, and then also home appreciation and what that looks like. I'm noticing my nails are very bright. I'm also noticing that I have my stripes on with my stripe picture. Someone once told me, don't ever wear the other stripes. I am today. That's okay. Anyway, I hope this helps. As always, I'm trying to just teach and educate and provide more value around things in, buying a home, in home ownership, and kind of understanding where we are in 2022. So anyway, if you found this video to be useful, please like it, please share it, please subscribe to my YouTube page. I'm Katie Niedermeyer. Call me with questions, email me with questions. My info is all below. My number is 714-403-5246. Would love to help you or someone understand more about home ownership and what it means to get into a home. All right. Have a great rest of your week. Bye.